you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creator to Creators today. Today we have a special guest.
This is Magnus from Voltaire's Ghost.
And Ruby Jewel from Voltaire's Ghost.
I love it. So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And how did you guys find your way into music?
You first, Drew?
Yeah. Um, I guess I've always loved music. Um, the first band that I really got into was the Beatles, and in the seventh grade I started doing theater camp and um just really getting more into performing and stuff.
hmm
Um, I first got into music kind of later. A lot of people get into music when they're kids, but I got a guitar as a gift for Christmas one year from a girlfriend and started writing songs that night, actually, Christmas Eve. I didn't know I could do that. I never thought about that. And away we went. Um, so it's been a wild ride.
Nice. And you kept it going. Would you say that you've found your purpose? You know how people are like, something that they want to do in life. It's like whatever drives them is like gives them a sense of purpose.
I mean, I certainly do. I don't know how you feel, Rubes, but
Yeah, I'd say so.
I love that. I love that.
it's purpose is purpose is an interesting word. I think anytime you can connect with people emotionally and affect them, you know, that kind of connection. I mean, I can't imagine what other meaning purpose would have,
Yeah.
whether it's through a relationship or a piece of music you've written. I mean, we all want that connection, right? I think that's like everyone's purpose, really, is
Yeah,
connection.
definitely. Your music lives in spaces between love and death. Why do you think these two subjects have such a powerful connection in art and in life?
The great mysteries,
Mm,
right? The two great mysteries. Um, I think love is like gravity. It bends time. It reaches out across space and time. It affects you long after the physical has passed. It pulls. It's a very mysterious force, and I've spent my life trying to wrap my head around it. Um, and death is the other great mystery. You know, it waits for us all. It stalks us in everything we do. The only way we can really get anything done is to pretend like that's not the truth, but we all know it is. So I don't know. Just been fascinated by those two mysteries of life.
yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the first one, love, is that's a mystery for me too. I don't know if I ever figured that one out. But I love that. I love that. Till the break of day. um, tells the story of two people who only get one night together. Do you see the song as being more about losing someone or appreciating how rare it is to find someone who feels like home? Either or, you both can answer that if you like.
Ooh, great question. I don't think they're separate.
Mm,
I think the appreciation of the scarcity of the time maybe sometimes is what makes it feel like home. It's a great question. I don't know that I can separate them in my head. I just know that when something is scarce, it becomes more important. So when you know you only have one night or whatever it might be with someone, each second feels more potent and scours for longer. Which, and by the way, that's not to take away from lifelong partnerships like our parents have had. Those are great too in a different way. This is just about a very specific type of connection that's fleeting, and the fleetingness is what makes it powerful and memorable.
yeah, it's a great answer.
I
Ruby.
have to agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice.
And I think, oh, sorry, not to interrupt you, but we've gotten, I know Ruby has, and I have, and Josh has friends and family and fans who've reached out to us on Instagram, and this song is really affecting people. Ruby, would you say differently than our other songs? We get a different kind.
Yeah. Yeah. More of like an emotional pull, I'd say.
Mm,
Yeah, a lot of tears.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
So we were kind of surprised by that reaction. So I think maybe more people have had an experience like that than maybe we would have thought. So some songs have a wide appeal, some songs have a smaller range of appeal, but for those
Mhm.
people to whom it does appeal, it goes really deep. I don't know. We've just been really surprised, and I think I'm really, I don't know how you feel. I've been kind of honored by that reaction.
Oh,
I
yeah, for sure.
I love that. Yeah, because I think the song, asks the timeless question, is it better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right? And
That is the question. Ruby, what do you
right.
think? Better to have loved and lost or never loved at all?
Loved and lost all the way.
See,
Mm,
I think it depends on where you are in that paradigm.
hmm.
When you're in the middle of heartbreak, you might wish it had never happened, but then later with perspective, you're glad that you had that experience. So I can see it going both ways, depending on where you are in that
Yeah,
process.
That's fair.
I agree with that. I think I came out of a situation that was just the most tumultuous situation I've ever been in my life. But I will say I learned so much from that about myself. It wasn't really about so much about the person, but it was more so about like what was in me that allowed it? So I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is why it reaches people because I think it's a universal feeling. This song.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. The Greeks thought that love was a kind of madness, a species of insanity, and you can see why they thought that, right?
Yeah.
Like you do things when you're in love that you look back on, and you're like, what was I thinking? What was I acting like? You are kind of seized by this thing,
Hmm.
and it's that's what makes it so mysterious, I think.
Do you think it's lust at first sight, or is there such thing as love at first sight?
Is there such thing as love at first sight?
Yeah, or is it lust?
I think there's both.
Hmm.
I don't know, Ruby, do you think that love at first sight is a real thing?
Nah.
Nah.
Not a believer, bro.
I believe that is a thing.
Hmm.
I love to tell the story. Ruby's heard it, but I actually proposed to someone I just met not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
Like I saw her and I was like, that's it. And I walked up to her and proposed. She was appropriately alarmed by this, of course. Um, but I told Ruby and Josh, had she said yes, I would be a married man. Whoever that was, I don't know. Felt like
Don't
love at first
remember her
sight.
name.
What was her name? I don't even remember. I don't even know if I ever got it, to be honest.
Oh man, that's so funny. Um, when Ruby and Josh first heard the rough demo. What did they hear in that um perhaps couldn't hear anymore because he had lived with the song for so long? Magnus.
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Ruby, do you remember like when we first started talking about re-recording this for the album? I don't remember how we came to that actually. Do you remember like when you first heard that demo?
Uh, yeah, I think so. It had been on Spotify um for a little while, so I'd given it a listen, I think maybe before I even met you guys.
Oh, I didn't. I guess I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. Um, I think. I mean, if I remember right, and we'll have to ask Josh because Josh is a big fan of this song. But I think there was a handful of those demos that I released that I thought would be really good candidates for re-recording
Mm,
with Josh and Ruby. Um, some of those early demos were just experiments. It was basically just me and my guitar and GarageBand and kind of experiments and instrumentals. But there were a couple that were more fleshed out song ideas. And so,
Mhm.
Ruby, would you say like Blackwater is one of those that was more like a
Oh
good candidate?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't change that one up too much.
nice.
But Break of Day, I think, did change a lot in
Hmm.
the re-recording.
Oh, absolutely.
It's to me, it feels very different. It feels like what it should have been all along. For one, there was no drums in the demo,
Yeah,
so Josh
big
had the
difference there.
oh my gosh, it transformed it. Um, and I think that's Josh's favorite drum part that he does in that song. And then Ruby just had a totally different vocal take from the singer who did worked on the demo with me.
Yeah, I was going to ask her that. Like Ruby, you preserved the original lyrics, but changed the emotional impact through your delivery. What did you personally see in those lyrics that made you want to take ownership of them?
Uh, they're just so beautiful, it's a really like a sad but touching story. Yeah, so I took it as far I think as I could.
I love that.
And I think the phrasing, I don't know, Ruby, I listened to the demo for the first time in a while the other day since we got this great reaction. And the phrasing is very different. You slide the words in different parts and rhythmically different. I mean, and that makes all the difference. I mean,
Hmm.
the phrasing is a huge part of it, the breaths, the subtleties. It just really came alive with with the three of us.
I
And our
love
friend
it.
Ben did a great piano part to it too. It turned out really well. I although I am surprised that it seems to have become the one on the album that everyone seems to really love. That has surprised me.
That's awesome.
And and maybe that's because I've been living with this song for so long that it's not new to me,
Hmm.
in the way that the other songs are. So it's been great. I'm just so grateful to Josh and Ruby for, number one, wanting to do it and then just making it something so unique and different.
I love that. The song is bittersweet, but you said it's now more sweet than bitter. What happened during the creative process that shifted that emotional balance?
Hmm. Well, that's a great question. That the creative process was about 2 years,
Hmm.
since we started recording this album to the final mixes. And if you for those who've ever worked on an album, you work on different songs at different times. So Ruby, we were like tweaking different songs way late, right? Just
Hmm.
making little tweaks. So looking back on it, it's not like we worked on till the break of day like for 1 month straight, and that's all we worked on.
Right.
So it's kind of like alchemy. Like you look back and you're
Mm,
like, somehow this thing emerged from this process and became something different than I think any of us thought it could be or were aware that it was becoming at the time. At least I don't know, Ruby. That's how I feel. I was like really surprised.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Do you guys, and I'm just curious because I think we're living in such a crazy time, especially now in the world that we're living in. when it comes to creating and being, you know, being inspired, like, and stepping away from the noise, which is the things that are happening around us, what keeps you guys balanced to stay fresh and motivated to keep making music?
Oof, balance. Ruby, are we balanced? I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about balance.
I I don't know if I want to say anything because I don't want to burst your bubble. I think, oh man, it's a great question. So, and let me just make sure I understand the question. With everything that's going on in the world and
Yeah.
personal lives, like how do we keep focus?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't, Ruby, this is how I feel. I'm curious how you feel. What keeps me focused is I love our songs. That's the
Mm.
truth.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I love our songs, and every day I wake up and I just think, how can I get our music out to people more or better?
Mhm.
If I didn't love our songs, I don't know that I could do it. It's a lot of work, as we all know, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
sacrifice. And so for me, it's all about the song.
Ruby, what about you?
Um, I think I'd have to say that I'm like not balanced or organized, maybe even in the slightest. Just kind of just right from the heart, and it just kind of falls out of me.
I love that. I love that. So I have a fun question, and there's no wrong answer, I promise. Um, the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Money, power, or respect, and we only get to choose one.
Just one.
Mhm.
No wrong answer.
Oh, what an interesting question. I well, let me answer with a question. Can you have any of those three without the other two? In
It
other
dep-
words,
mhm.
can you have power if you don't have money and respect? Or can you have money if you don't have respect? Maybe. I'm just wondering if it's all
Yeah.
of,
Perspective, I guess.
yeah, that's a good question.
What about you, Ruby? What would you choose?
Money, so I can buy all the cheese.
Oh, money. Nice answer.
Yeah.
Hey, that's honest. I love it.
I think I, I I think respect. If you
Mm,
have respect, you accrue power naturally because people give you power if they respect you.
mhm.
And if you're respected, I think you can make money because people trust you. So I guess I would have to choose that. Although, hey, don't get me wrong, Ruby, I'm not turning away any money, just so we're clear.
I love it. That's a great answer. Great answers. Do you ever worry that people will put you into a genre box and miss the fact that you're interested in exploring much more than goth and rock?
Hmm. I think I do worry about that just because we like to experiment with a lot of different like genres and stuff.
Hmm.
So I feel like it could be easy to kind of misconstrue what we are as a band. Because none of our songs are really the same.
Hmm.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah.
I love that.
We 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 do struggle with this issue. It's interesting that you bring it up. I mean, we we get put on goth band lineup sometimes, and we're always happy to play those bills. And we've made a lot of friends on those bills, but we always are like, we're so different, and
Mm.
even our songs are so different from each other. Like Ruby, how different is We Bring the Rain from Rocky Mountain World? Like
Very drastically different.
shockingly different. And sometimes we're like, how do we fit this song into this album? You know, when we
Mm,
recorded the Black Petals album, we recorded I think like 15 songs for the album.
Yeah.
And then it was
Um,
what songs really fit on here because some of them were so different, you
mm,
know. That was part of the process too. I always thought, you know, I would like us to have a career like The Cure. Not that we're anything like The Cure musically, but
mhm.
their fans have followed them. That's what I love. You know, like if Robert Smith wants to do a pop album and have top 40 hits, their fans follow them. And then they
Right.
want to go super goth and dark with Disintegration, their fans follow them.
mm,
I would love to have a fan base that would let us follow us on that type of journey. Ruby, does that make
Yeah.
sense? Do you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah. It's
It's
awesome.
like, hey guys, we're doing a country EP.
Yeah. And they'll follow you.
Uh, I hope so because we got one in the works.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's what being, and I think I wonder, how difficult that is for artists, and just because I mean you guys are a brand, and it's like, how do you find that audience that's gonna just kind of continue to walk with you on that journey of whether you want to do a rap album, they're gonna support as well, you know. So yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't say I
interesting.
see that in our future, but maybe a lot of other things.
Yeah.
There's risk in that too. You know, Ruby and Josh and I have talked about this. There is comfort in
Hmm.
being we're a metal band. We only do metal music and we only play metal venues or
Right.
whatever. God,
Mhm.
whatever. Punk. There's comfort in there because there's a community. You know, you will always have a place to play. You know, there's a fan base that really loves that thing that you are. And so there's comfort.
Hmm.
There's definitely risk, and we've talked about that in branching out, wanting to branch out. I think Till the Break of Day sounds totally different than any goth that I've ever heard.
Yeah,
So
I always think, and I'm thinking about too myself, of my own stuff. Like, I think a lot of times I do have a comfort in doing what I know, but there's something about, I feel like when you reach a cap in something, or maybe not a cap, maybe you're just like, all right, creatively, I'm done over here. I want to try this section, and maybe we'll see what comes of it. But
Oh,
yeah, it's a really interesting thing
but
to think
we
about.
don't really think about it, do we, Ruby? It just comes, the
yeah.
songs just come out of
Like
us and they are
yesterday.
what they are. Yeah.
That's
Yesterday is a
awesome.
perfect example. We're standing there. We actually hadn't seen each other in a while. We've kind of taken a break in August and standing there and we're working on something. And I just started playing this thing that just came out of me. Ruby had lyrics that you had just written those, right? Ruby, like that was new.
Yeah, like
And
the day before, and then I improved a little bit.
this happens
Nice.
to us all the time.
Wow.
And so, there's another song on the list. And we don't know what it is, but it definitely sounded different than anything else we played recently.
I love that. Your music embraces darker subjects, but do you believe that darkness can actually help people understand themselves or their emotions better?
Absolutely. I think you have to like stare it right in the face to really kind of understand yourself and what you're going through.
I love that. Love that.
Some lights shine brightest embraced by the dark.
Sure.
Mm, that's great. Why do you think humans are so fascinated by stories about love that ends, love that cannot happen, or love that exists only for a brief moment?
It's just because it's so like intangible,
Mm.
um, like that yearning, you know?
Have you ever experienced that, Ruby?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
I
me too.
I think when Ruby and I first connected, I felt like it's very interesting, this process and this partnership, because the three of us, other than coming from the same general area, very different life stories, very
Oh,
different
yes.
backgrounds, different ages, all of it. It's like, and yet, like I sensed in Ruby's lyrics the first time I heard her, like that longing
Mm,
that that I know is so prevalent in my writing.
mm,
That's not an easy thing to find, someone who, number one, experiences that, and number two, can create something out of it that can touch other people. That's very
wow.
Yeah.
I love that. If Till the Break of Day were a film, what would the final scene look like?
It's
well. I
funny you
can
asked
tell you
that.
because I
It's
lived
actually quite funny you asked that.
it. The final scene. I mean, I lived this song, so I know what the final scene was. The final scene was me getting on a plane in Bucharest at 6 in the morning and starting to write the lyrics as the plane took off
Wow.
and leaving her behind.
Wow. That's deep.
That's
This
what happened.
Oh man. The song feels almost cinematic. When you create music, do you see images and stories in your head before the music is finished?
Yeah, absolutely. Every time.
Nice.
100%. 100%. I think that's another thing we have in common. And Ruby, how many times has that word cinematic come up in interview? Like people notice that, I think. And
Mm,
I think that's because I think both Ruby and I write very visually.
love that.
I mean, sometimes what I write just starts with an image, you know, and if you have a very clear image, I've always loved music that takes you to a physical place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about there's a song by the Sisters of Mercy called Driven Like the Snow. And it's about, you know, a snowbank, a snowstorm. There's a car, there's two people in the car, and they're trapped. Why are they trapped? Does the car not work? You know, one of them lights a cigarette. There may be a gun in the car. Like, what is happening there? Who knows? There's a whole backstory, I'm sure, but the images were so powerful. I love music like that. That's like, oh, I'm there. I'm what those characters or people are feeling.
Yeah.
Hmm. I love that. Um, has there ever been like, and I'm just curious, and having a band, being in a band, I'm sure there's a lot of creative differences that you guys have. Um, what has been the biggest disagreement you've had creatively, and what did the disagreement ultimately teach you about working as a band?
Mm.
Have we ever had a creative disagreement?
I mean, it's been like 2.5 years. I'm sure we have.
I don't remember any.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
good.
no, there's discussion,
Probably like little stuff. Yeah. Like
what
what should
songs do we want on the
be
album,
on the album?
right?
That's yep, absolutely.
But that's not like Ruby. We've never had a situation, the three of us, where it's like, oh, what you write sucks. Well, I'm not going to
Oh
play
yeah.
that.
No, we've never really like argued.
That that has never happened, and I wouldn't want to live in a band like that, frankly.
Me neither.
You know?
That's
So
good.
as far as creative differences, I think, oh, I can remember only one.
Mhm.
Ruby and I disagreed on a song title.
Oh. Do you remember
Not that I didn't like the title, Ruby, but I thought we could do maybe better or different. But Ruby wrote the lyrics, and that's the title she wanted, and that there was no disagreement. I just offered another suggestion, and Ruby's like, "Nope, I love this title," and that was the end of it.
what song was it?
Do you remember it was Rocky Mountain World? Do you remember I'm like,
Oh.
can you do something a little different with the title? And you're like, nope, that's what it is. And I'm like, okay.
It, well, it's like the tagline. I just thought it was like iconic.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. And so for me, it's like Ruby wrote those words. And I know Ruby, all the words exist for a reason.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And so when she told me, nope, I trust her.
Yeah. I love that. I love
That's
that.
the only thing I can remember as far as like a creative difference. I
I love it. You guys are a great group. What advice would you give to someone out there that's trying to get into the music world?
Hmm.
You gotta love your songs,
Yeah.
and you gotta love the people you're working with.
Hmm.
It's so hard to bring something new into the world. You gotta really love it. You know, you gotta say to yourself, like, okay, if we make no money off this, if we get no fans, is it still worth it? Like, is it worth it to put this out into the world?
Hmm.
And if the answer is yes, I don't think you need any other advice.
Love that.
I think mine would be just not to give up. Yeah, just keep cranking it.
Absolutely. Never give up.
You
I love that.
Mhm.
Well,
But it's easy not to give up if you love your
Oh yeah,
songs,
yeah, for
people you
sure.
right, like, and we've had setbacks, but it's like every day we're just like, okay, what can we do today? You
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
know.
I love that. Love that. Um, this was a wonderful interview, guys. I enjoyed talking to you both. Where can people find you on social media to follow everything you have coming up?
I think everywhere.
We are everywhere, but I would say Instagram is where we're most active, and we
Okay,
post there daily. So I think that's the best way to keep up. The album Black Petals Fallen is available on vinyl through our website,
nice.
and they're beautiful vinyls and they sound amazing. For real fans, we really recommend that route. It's also the whole album's available for digital download on Bandcamp. And then for Spotify and the other platforms, we're rolling out the songs, every month or 6 weeks or so. So Break of Day is the fourth single from the album. So four
Mm.
songs from the album are available on Spotify, and the rest will be shortcoming. But if you want the whole album, vinyl or Bandcamp is our recommendation.
Awesome, awesome. Well, this was great. Thank you so much for coming on. Come back again, please.
Thank you for having us.
Deal.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Awesome. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.